All right, I'm gonna try to make a new stinger for a new YouTube channel here using Lord Talk's stinger generator from lordtalks.net, and then you just go to the OBS stingers button in there. Let's see what we got. I think the first thing I need to do is get a transparent version of my logo. So let me go ahead and do that. I like making those in Canva. It's pretty dang easy. All right, let's get started. Make an OBS stinger. So here are the default colors that are available. And then I like that it puts you a little preview up here as you scroll. That's very helpful. First, I'm going to do just black and white to keep this simple. And I'm going to start with 2 layers here. Maybe I'll do a black and white and black again. We'll see what happens. But let's see here. I'm going to do... I could just choose black all the way down here. And you can see in the upper right that it changed one of the color bars there. And then I'm going to do white for the other one. Kind of an off-white there. That's all right. And then you can see that there's a thick part in the middle there. And I think that's probably going to be the best place to put my logo. So let's put my logo in there. Yoink. All right. Logo's right there in the middle. Here's a cool part that I discovered today. You can actually have the logo animate while it's being shown in there. You can see it's kind of growing right there. I'm going to make that more pronounced. Look at that. How extreme can we make it? All right. And then that will give us a very basic stinger. We could even add more bars to it if we wanted to. So you would do that just with the plus button here. You can see in the preview that it's added stuff. So depending on what kind of branding you've got going, you can get pretty crazy with the bars there. I'm going to delete that though. Yoink. You can also change the thickness of the different bars called width on here. This is my black bar. Let's say I wanted my black bar to be much thicker. You can see there that it has chunked it up quite a bit. Now keep in mind the perceived speed of your stinger is going to change depending on how large the objects are. So I'm going to take that back kind of how it was. Yeah. I would consider if you're using different stingers for things like instant replay, putting some text in your logo that says instant replay or something like that. Or you could probably just add bars in the middle for a logo, and then the third bar showing a different image that says instant replay or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty simple stuff, man. You can change the timing of the entire deal with this. Make it a lot slower. Make it a lot faster. That's too fast. Yoink. But I think the default is pretty good. Let's go back to like 1 second, I think is where we were. And then angle is the direction that the bars go, which I think also changes kind of your perception of the speed of it. Lean it pretty hard. It's almost like it's hands of a clock, and we're on the 3 o'clock side. Now we're on the 9 o'clock side. So if you want to switch it up for different directions and stuff, that would be the way you would do that. I'm guessing we were at 40-ish. It looks like it sped up a little. All right, so now I'm going to export my stinger. It sends it out as a WebM file, which is not compatible with everything. You may have to do some sort of conversion there for software like vMix, but it works great in OBS, and I'll show you that in a moment. All right, it's done making it for what we need. Let's save it. It says a WebM now. So let's see what we got here. First thing we need to go do is go into our transitions down here. I'm not in studio mode. Not going to bother with all that at the moment. But let's go into our transitions. We've got a new Stinger. Let's do a new one. New Stinger. Let's just call it Stinger 2. I don't care. And video file. We're going to do our newly downloaded Stinger WebM file here. And then we don't know the timing quite yet, but I'm going to assume 1000 milliseconds based on some experimenting I did before. Should put our transition right in the middle of the Stinger, but we'll find out. We hit OK, and let's see if it works. I'm going to switch scenes. And that took me in here. So we may be a little short. Yeah, it's a little short. So let's try 750. Yoink. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Let's go as 750. 700. I'm sure we could do the math on this based on how long the actual app said it was when we were making it in the Lord Talks Stinger creator. Let's take a look. That's almost it. There's a little bit in the upper left there, if you can see it. It seems like it's happening not quite right. So let's go back. Let's go 650 maybe. Oops, that's gonna be not right. Let's try that again. I like that. It seems like it's mostly what we're looking for. All right, I like it. So that's just one way to make a custom Stinger using the Lord Talks Stinger generation app. Make sure you donate to the homie. He made it 3-4 years ago, and hopefully he's generated some revenue off that. Shout out to Lord Talks. Appreciate you.